Congrats, man.
Thank you, brother.
Nice little turnaround there for you there, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How does it feel to land something like that?
And I'll say it again. It just feels like I'm in a dream. I'm happy to be where I'm at right now.
I guess even more than that, though, just in the moment, like when it connects, like the second it connects in your head, do you go, that's it, we're done?
Well, me and Coach G, man, we worked that all camp, just mixing it up and just throwing something wild like that. But not just wild, it's my style, it's how I do it. So, when you work for something so hard and you finally land it, it's one of the best feelings ever.
If you were working for it all camp, I mean, how aggravated were you last week when you saw Molly McCann land one and you're going, hey, I'm planning on doing that in a week from now?
Man, like I said, props to her. She did it too, and and I did it as well. So it's awesome.
So I'm told that you are a UFC trivia question now. So there's only been 9 spinning back fist knockouts in UFC history. There's only been 12 TKOs from leg kicks, and you're the only guy that has one of each.
That's nice, right?
That's crazy.
It is. I didn't know that. So, man, I'm just trying to break barriers and just trying to keep evolving as a person and as a mixed martial artist.
Talk about that a little bit if you can. I know you mentioned it in the cage. It seemed like an emotional win for you. I mean, you've had other emotional wins, in the past 3-4 years, and you kind of keep having your emotions on your sleeve, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, man, life hasn't been the easiest for me, and so like I said, it hasn't been the easiest, but I got a good team behind me. I got some really good mentors. Coach Mark. There's a reason why the team is successful, and I say we preach about having a good culture, and the culture is just trying to be a better human being first, outside of the cage, and it's true. Like we say, it leads to having a more stable and professional career, and I'm a living testament of that.
This seems like the kind of win that kind of has $50,000 written all over it. Do you think about that kind of stuff in the moments after the fight as you're walking backstage and maybe planning how you're going to use some of that money, assuming it comes?
I've been speaking this to existence, and as I was walking out, I was saying to myself the whole way out, like, he's not going to break me. He's not going to break me, and I was going to get my hand raised no matter how I got it. But I knew at the end of the day my hand was going to be raised. I don't know how I was going to get it done, but I knew at the back of my mind I have no choice. I'm trying to break a generational curse, and so, like I said, I speak. What I meant was like, my mom was battling cancer, and the cancer she had has taken 3 or 4 of my family members, and so, when you hear someone speak about their parents going through something so traumatic like that. It's one thing, you feel for them, but when it's one of your own parents going through it and you see them laid up in the hospital going through all the treatment, it puts life in a different perspective. And so to see my mom, it takes a toll on everyone, but, she's the one going through it, and to see her, like, battling it and not quitting, I took that into this camp and I took it into the fight. I was like, man, if I saw my mom, like, not give up, I was like, how could I give up, She's fighting for her life. I'm just fighting for a fucking win. It's 2 completely different things. But I was like, she never gave up on us. She could have, she could have just laid there and been like, it's it. But she fought, and so, that seeing your mom go through that, one of your parents, like I said, it drove me to be a better person.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Chris, over here, question. Congrats on the win. There's absolutely no shame in going to decision in the UFC. Let me be clear about that. But how satisfying is it to get a finish like that after a draw, and then you had a split decision in your last one? Like, how satisfying is it to get a knockout like that?
Well, you can't say. I mean, at this point, right? You can't say, "Oh, the fight could have went. It could have went the other way. It could have went this way." Like, there's a definitive winner tonight, So it feels good to put a stamp on it. It feels good to stamp the X on someone like that. So, and that's what we did.
Your head coach, Mark Montoya, he's probably going to duck away as I ask you this question because he's not the guy who likes being in the spotlight. But your team has become one of the top teams in all of mixed martial arts. How much have they meant to you, and how much has your coach, Mark, meant to you in terms of your growth and where you're at on this win streak right now?
Like I said, man, I give Coach and my teammates all the respect, especially Coach Mark. like a paramount in my life. You know, he's been like that little angel on my shoulder. I mean, we were talking about it last night. You know, it's from where I was. I mean, the moment I moved to Colorado, my life went to shit, to be completely honest, and I wasn't on a good path. You know, it was just like week after week there was something that was going on in my line. It was just going downhill, and my life was going one of two ways. I was either going down a self-destructive path or do a complete 180 and having to backtrack through all that. And it was hard, but the way I was going was like, I'm not going anywhere the way I was going. So, I got the right team and I got the right mentors on my side, and man, I thank God for them. They're in my life for a reason, and like I said, I thank Coach Mark and his family, G, Ascar, my teammates. I thank all of them any chance I get, because they've helped me. They've helped me and helped mold me into the man that I am today.
Last one for me. You're in a really fun division. It's a really, really deep, but also really fun division. Coming on the win streak you're on, obviously, you're going to be looking at top 15 type competition. Can you give me a sense? I mean, I'm not asking necessarily to call somebody out, but when you look at who's ahead of you, what's out there, are there fun fights? Do you look at fights, ooh, that would be a fun fight, or that would be a fun fight?
Yeah, I mean, I think Frankie Edgar or like Sean OMalley would be a fun fight. So, whether I get it or not, who knows? That's, like I said, I can call the shots, but at the end of the day, I'm not the one that really gets to call it. So that's my management team and my coach's job. I'm just a fighter. I just signed the contract and we go.
That's kind of two different guys. That one's kind of like the established legend, and the other guy is the one everyone's kind of hyping up right now. What is it about those two fights that maybe would mean more to you, like in terms of like your career? Because again, one's a legend, former champion, Hall of Famer. The other one, very hype prospect, maybe not as proven though.
You said it, not me. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, like we're all here to climb the ladder, right? And we're trying to be a world champion. So I said, I just think they're a fun fight. Stylistically it'll be fun, not just for me, for the crowd. At the end of the day, like I said, I say a name, but at the end of the day, it's not even up to me. Like I said, my job is to sign the contract and show up. And that's what I'll do.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
All thoughts go into your mom. I hope she has a quick, speedy recovery and all that. You talked about a generational curse. Were you talking about the cancer that affected her and others, or is it something else within you that's separate from that when you were talking about the generational curse? And because I know earlier in the post-fight you talked about how you were working on trying to be a better human being. Is that what ties together with the generational curse? Yeah.
It's a lot deeper than that, That's a different subject, So just to make it short, it's just like, I'm tired of, just seeing like my parents work these jobs for these like shit people that don't care about them, And so, I want to set my parents up where, they're comfortable and they don't have to like struggle and, have to know when the next check is coming, when their next paycheck is coming, or how certain things are going to get paid, It's hard to watch your parents go through that.
Yeah. So they're part of the reason why you fight as well.
Of course. They're one of the main reasons why I fight.
And there's something that you brought up before, and I know we as media do a terrible job of following up when somebody shares emotional moments with us as well. And I know in the past you were going through a hard custody battle as well. Has that sort of worked out better in your favor, or is that some of the other things that you were still carrying into this fight camp as well?
Fuck no, I haven't seen my son in 3 years. That's a whole another ball game, know. But I can, I got a separate team working on that. But I still dwell on it, but I gotta move forward in a way, because if I think too much about that, it puts you in a different state, So, yeah.
But I think when it's nice, when fighters like yourself share those moments and you work through them, I think that people can find a lot of inspiration. Have people reached out to you and told you that some of the things that you're sharing, that those are some of the struggles they're working through, and that they told that you're an inspiration?
Yeah, of course. I got, I get a number of messages. I get fucking death threats sometimes, and it's crazy. I just earlier this week, I got I hope you get fucking knocked the fuck out senseless. For what? I don't know, but fuck that person too. But at the end of the day, it's just like I don't even really give that much energy to those negative people. I'm more trying to like elevate and inspire and motivate, other human beings who are going through certain things, or not even certain, not even like down the same path that I'm going, but like, going through whatever kind of, adversity they're going through. I try to shed a little bit of light and let them know that, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard sometimes. Sometimes you get lost, but, there is hope.
So social media is kind of like that double-edged sword. You want to be able to use your platform to help people, but unfortunately, that opens you up to just trolls and people that are out there.
It sucks, and I'm 30, I'm old school in a way, and I love it. I hate social media, to be honest, but unfortunately, that's the way the world is going, right? And so I try to use that to be more of a positive inspiration to, to a lot of, especially a lot of my people, my culture, is just, seeing kids come from third world countries, and they almost seem like they have no hope, and it's like, no, there is. It's hard. I'm not going to say it's easy, but there is hope. And so I just try to shed a little bit of light, a little bit of love their way.
That's a wonderful message. Thank you very much. Congrats on your victory.
Thank you.